Hello, my name is Joe McCarthy, and today we're going to talk about the View Editor within PAPlus. In addition to applying the factory views from the View library, you can use the View Editor to modify an existing view or create your own view. When you've defined the view you want, you can use it as you would any other view, with the ability to perform drill downs, create reports, and so on. In addition, you can save the view and apply it to other sources in the same way as you would of any other of the built-in views. To activate the View Editor can be accomplished in multiple ways. Starting from the Home ribbon, select a source underneath the Files panel, and then simply go up into the View tab under Create and select View. That will create the View Editor. A second way is to simply select a source under the Views panel, right-click on that, and from here simply hit Create View. Same window appears and you can create your view. A third way is to select a view that's been already applied to a source, such as bandwidth over time. Select that, right mouse, and here you can create interactive view. You can also create interactive view from the top panel, and I'll go into interactive views later on in this video. There are three sections to the View Editor dashboard. Starting from the left is the View Editor. This is where you configure your view. In the middle, this displays the results of your input. And on the right, the list of columns. This is where you pull the keys and metrics to build the view. And there are three types of columns available, indicated by the specific icons. Key attributes, shaped like a key, allow you to select the type of traffic. For example, the lines or areas in a strip chart, the bars in a bar chart, or the wedges in a pie chart. Qualitative values, shaped like a chart, perform min or max calculations. Quantitative values, shaped like a bar graph, perform min, max, sum, average, or time average calculations. All right, let's create a view. So let's say you want to look at all the IP addresses and who's doing what. First, I'll select the type of widget, and there are 5 different types. So first is the line widget, connection widget, table, bar, and pie. So I'll select line widget. Next, under the column search area, you want to start typing the metric you're interested in. For me, it's IP address. So I'll just simply type in IP address. And what will happen is it will go through all the different metrics and find anything that's got that in the label. And here it is. IP adder is how it's actually typed. You can see that it's a key metric. So I'll simply grab it and drag it over to the key area and let it go. Now I want to see the total traffic for these IP addresses. So that's what I'll type in the search area. Total traffic. And you'll see that it can be a bit of a hunt and peck to find the exact one you want, but I know it's sum total traffic bytes. I can see it's a quantitative metric, so I'll grab it and drop it under the metrics, not the key box, and let it go. From here, I can simply hit update, and it'll build the view for me. And there you have it. Under the View Editor is where you can label this view and make changes to it if you'd like. So let's give it a label. I'll call it IP Summary, and give the widget an actual label. Instead of just being widget, we'll give it the same name, IP Summary. Now let's say I didn't want a pie widget, I wanted to go back to line. I could simply select line widget, hit update, and now it goes from a pie to a line graph. And notice that the title is IP Summary. So that's how you can update how the look and feel of your views will be. Now when you're happy with your View Editor, you can select Done. And notice that the IP Summary now goes into PAPlus underneath the Files tab, so other people can use this. When you hit Save, it says OK. Give it the summary name. Now it also applies down to the views. So again, this can be used later on. You can drag different metrics up to it to be used for later on during your analysis. You can also add more widgets to this view. Simply go to the Widgets line and select Add. Now I want to add in the source and destination for all IP traffic. And under the column section, I'll type in source IP address. And you can see sometimes it doesn't work exactly the way you want. So I'm going to have to go back and type in src for source, IP adder, and now I see what I want. And it's a key file, so simply click it and drag it into the keys. Next I want the destination IP, so I'll change source to DST. That should find it, and there it is. Drag that key file over. And now I need my metric, total traffic. And I know from experience it's going to be sum traffic total, and that'll narrow it down. And sure enough, there it is, sum traffic total bytes. Drag that into the metrics window, let it go, and here I do update. And now I have my source and destination and total traffic, and I can see who's doing the most talking. And I can edit the title of this so it makes sense, like IP summary, so I'll name this IP details. And it updates the view. Now you can combine these two views by simply dragging this and bringing it across and letting it go. And now you can see both views within the same window. A very nice feature. Now let's take a look at interactive views. These views allow you to combine multiple steps onto one view. I'll start by selecting bandwidth over time and drag it up to one of my captures. From here I can select an area of interest so I can see where that traffic is. I'll drag IP conversations to find out who's causing this spike. From here, I want to do further analysis on a specific IP address. So I'll select the address and I'll drag network usage by port onto that IP. So now we have a chain of drill downs, 3 of them, starting with bandwidth over time, where we started, went to IP conversations, and finally network usage by port. With interactive views, you can combine all these onto one screen by selecting the last entry, right mouse, and kick off Create Interactive View. You can also go up to the View tab or ribbon, select Create Interactive View, which I'll do. So now you see the 3 different steps, and I'll go through it again. So I'll highlight that area of interest, which will propagate down to the second panel, IP conversations. I'll select that IP address that I was interested in, and it again propagates down to the final view. That's how interactive views can be used. Now, as you can see under the Files entry, that interactive view was built. So if this is a view you wish to keep, simply right-click, select Save, give it a title, click OK. And now it shows up down in the Views panel for you to use at a later date. So that was a quick introduction into the View Editor. If you can't find the correct view that you're looking for under the Views tab, use that View Editor. It'll get you the information you're looking for. For more information on AppResponse 11 or Packet Analyzer Plus, please visit the link provided. Thank you.